And hi there, James. Welcome to the stream. And hi, Quizzo. Good to see you both. I hope you're both doing well. How's everyone doing this evening? It is a wet and windy day in the UK. I will say that much. Oh, and Mifa is just about to knock out Shinx. Shinx did not last long. I think she's using a lick attack. There's a new record. Shinx did not last long in that stream. And I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I get the impression that it might be raining all across the UK, Quizzo. And Deb, hi, welcome to stream as well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's been raining on and off here in the UK. It's the wind that I'm more concerned about. I've got a few tomato plants outside in my garden, and I do worry about them blowing over, so I've done my best to try and shelter them from the wind, and we will see tomorrow morning whether I've been successful in protecting them from the wind. But yeah, it's very wet and windy here. Yeah, I'm planning on doing 50 encounters. And Deb, you just finished watching another stream? Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's always good to. It's always nice to tune in to streamers that don't have a lot of views. Because I count myself amongst them, and it's a really nice feeling when like one person joins your stream. It's really nice. But yeah, I'm going to be doing about 50 encounters this evening, which should take me about 2.5 hours roughly. And James, you're looking for version exclusives in the Indigo disc, but you've got to get ready for work. Ah, yeah. Remind me again, which version do you have before you go? Is it Scarlet or Violet that you've got? And yeah, exactly, Deb. Yeah, Shinx did not last long in this stream at all. Mifa took a particular interest in Shinx. She used a few lick attacks and a few scratch attacks actually, and Shinx went down. So Shinx is down for the stream. Apologies. Shinx needs to level up clearly. So James, you've got Scarlet. Okay, cool. What I'll try and do. I'll try and see if I've got some of the Violet exclusive ones for the next time. Because if you've got to go, that's fine, because I won't have time to get them right now. But on the next stream, hopefully I'll have some for you. And exactly, Deb. Yeah, I did not know that she knew those moves, but yeah, it was almost instant. As soon as I started the stream, she just went after Shinx. She doesn't usually do that. Ah, you're off on Thursday, James. Great. So the plan for this week's streams is I had planned to do midweek streams today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then I was always going to need to take a break because I've got family arriving on the Friday, and they'll be here for a few weeks. But I've just realised there's a few things around the house that require my attention. So there's a few things that have cropped up on my DIY list that I will need to take care of. So I will be streaming this evening, but I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'll need to do some things around the house. And then I'll be streaming on Thursday. So I should be doing about 50 encounters today, 50 encounters on Thursday, and that will bring me to 2,000 encounters. And that's when I'll probably be taking a little bit of a break. I'll write on the channel when I'll be back again, but I won't be able to stream while my family's here. I want to spend some quality time catching up. It's been a long time since I've seen them, so yeah, apologies for that. But when that happens, I will post on my channel when I will be able to stream again. But yeah, if you're off on Thursday, James, I should be able to get a few of the version exclusives, the violet ones for you. That should not be a problem. So Quizzer, what do you get for completing the Indigo disc decks? From what I can remember, I think if you complete the decks, then Perrin appears. Well, I think Perrin is already there, but Perrin will give you some special quest to find some Paradox Pokemon in Area 0. So if James has got Scarlet, just had an error message come up on OBS, so apologies for that. I think there's some connection issues. I'm hoping that's okay. Sorry if that cut out for anyone, but I did get an error message on OBS just then, so that's not a good sign. Hopefully it's okay now. But yeah, the Indigo disc decks should get you the Perrin quest, and then when you go down to Area 0 in Pokemon Scarlet, then you should be able to find Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt. And it's quite a cool quest. You get a photo, you've got to look at the photo. I would advise taking a screenshot of it, and then going down to Area 0 and trying to figure out where that location is on the map. It's quite fun. It's quite fun hunting down those two Pokemon, and they're quite cool Pokemon as well. Raging Bolt, I do think, is a really nice design. It's probably my favourite Paradox Pokemon. I think it's a really fun design, that one, I would say. Yeah, so apologies to anyone that got a bit of buffer in there. That was definitely my side, because, like I say, OBS just came up with an error. If it comes up with more errors, then I will probably look to see if I can change some settings. Ah, Deb, for you it's Water Bull and Fire Bull. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I prefer the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon to the Violet ones, definitely. Because the Scarlet Paradox Pokemon have more interesting names, basically, like, yeah, Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire. It's all more interesting, I would say. Ah, so Quizzo, you chose Violet purely for Miraidon. That's interesting. But you prefer all of the Scarlet exclusives. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I've got my first one was Scarlet, and I do have a soft spot for Koraidon. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I always liked the way that Koraidon just runs around with his legs flailing. I've seen those types of lizards run with their legs flailing out everywhere on nature documentaries, and it just reminds me of that, and I adore it, absolutely adore it. And I think, well, I mean, the story is the same, for both of them, but yeah, the story is really good in Scarlet and Violet, and it really makes you attached to that partner Pokemon, that ride Pokemon that you had. So I can completely understand being quite taken with whichever ride Pokemon you first played with, because I think that the story really does a good job of making you bond with it, because you both go through a journey of growth together. It's really nice. But yeah, I'm team Koraidon. And yeah, that's fair, Deb. Yeah, a lot of the ROM hack, the fan-made games, I've heard really good things about them. So, yeah. Yeah, there's an awful lot, isn't there? There's probably too many to play in a lifetime, I feel. There's there's hundreds. And each one will be different and tell its own story. And that's kind of cool. Yeah, I could see that, Quizzo. Yeah, I do like the randomized nature of it. Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of not knowing, going into an area not knowing what the Pokemon are going to be. That does sound exciting. That definitely sounds exciting. But then a lot of the mods I've seen, they put really new Pokemon into like old games, so I bet that's cool seeing new Pokemon with like old style sprite graphics, so I bet that's cool as well. But yeah, I think I would enjoy playing a modern game, but just with randomized Pokemon locations. Because part of the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing right now, just going from starter to starter, is because it appeals to me, not knowing exactly which shiny I'm going to get. So I do something being random and me not knowing how my team is going to look. There's something about that I do find quite appealing. So I would be similar, I think, Quizzo. I think I'd quite like a mod that allowed me to play a randomized game of Sword or Shield or Let's Go. Yeah, any of those. I think it'd be quite fun. Yeah, I mean, I probably should, Deb. I think it probably would be fun. Problem is, I've got a list in my head of games that I want to play, and there's so many. There's so many games I want to play. So yeah, those kind of fan-made mod things, they're on my list, but I've got a lot of other games I want to play. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen any Dynamax Adventures being randomized. Yeah, that does sound... It sounds tricky. It sounds tricky to me, because on the flip side, the first battle you have could be a Zygarde or something, and that could completely obliterate you. If you're not prepared for it, because part of what makes Legendary beatable, I guess, is that you're building up to it. You're building a team that will be able to deal with it. Whereas if you're just going through a playthrough of Dynamax Adventures and any one of the encounters could be a Legendary, then I could imagine that being a bit tricky. But again, I bet it's fun. Dynamax Adventures is one of my favourite things. I think it might be my favourite way to shiny hunt. And I think for that reason, I think just for Dynamax Adventures alone, I think I prefer the DLC in Sword and Shield to the DLC in Scarlet and Violet. I really think Dynamax Adventures is a wonderful concept. Big fan of that. and I've never ever found a shiny legendary in that. That's something I definitely want to do. I think I did stream me trying to get a shiny Latios, and I got up to about 20 odd encounters before just moving on to something else. But that's something I definitely want to return to. I really want to find some shinies in Dynamax Adventures. And I also think if I were to stream that, it would be quite fun because it would be something that everyone could join in on. You know, I could share the raid code, we could all raid together trying to beat the boss. I suspect I would have a lot of fun doing that. But again, it's just finding time to fit it in, because I really want to do this run, and then I really want to do Legend ZA. So I think it would probably have to be after that, doing some Dynamax adventuring. So Deb, you play random Pokemon, random types as well, random evolution lines, random ability, random moveset. That does sound like chaos. I don't know how I would be. So I do like randomness. I'm not sure I could deal with that amount of randomness. that seems, as you say, that does sound chaos. That does sound like chaos. And because you've never found a shiny from Dynamax Adventures, I'm trying to think if I have. I mean, I know for a fact I haven't found a shiny legendary. I can't remember if I've found a normal shiny, which probably tells me I don't think I have either. Quizzo, so Super Mario Mon looks really fun, as does a lot of Pokemon, but too many types. Interesting. I think I've heard of Super Mario Mon, and I've seen a few screenshots of it, and I agree that does look and sound like fun. Yeah, because it's like Pokemon, but with, you know, Mario enemies, right? Which, yeah, it does sound. It sounds fun to me. I'm a big fan of Mario. I haven't played many of the modern Mario games, but up until Super Mario World, I was well up on Mario. And I enjoyed Super Mario Wonder as well. I haven't finished it yet, but every time I pick it up and play a few levels, I find myself enjoying it a lot, and sometimes laughing out loud at how crazy some of the levels are. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Mario. I do like it. Oh wow, Quizzo. So you've already 100%ed Mario Wonder. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. It's definitely a fun game. Definitely a fun game. I've not even finished it. But I do just do a couple of levels and then put it down. And then I'll come back to it in a few weeks' time and do a couple of levels and then put it down. Oh, so Deb, there's a Pokemon game where you have to feed and give water, and that sounds like a pet simulator type thing, like almost like an advanced Tamagotchi type thing. That does sound interesting. There's so many different and that's really good. Yeah, there's so many different ways that you can take the Pokemon concept and make a game out of it. Which is why I really liked, Legends Arceus. You take the Pokemon concept and you add a little danger to it. You know, Pokemon can attack you rather than just going after your Pokemon, and that just that tiny change creates a completely different feeling to the game. And yeah, you can yeah, there's a lot you can do with Pokemon. It's just such a big franchise. Nice. So wow, it took multiple years to 100% Mario Odyssey, but you managed it in a few weeks for Wonder. Wow, that's impressive. That is impressive. And Deb, you finished it in a few months as well. Nice. Yeah, I've definitely still not finished it. So that's on my list of things to do as well. I do need to finish that game. That's a good indication, Quizzo. So when you get a game and it grips you like that, and it just becomes your sole focus, even if it is just for a few weeks, if it becomes your sole focus, that you want to play it until you found all of the Wonder Seeds, all of the everything else. I mean, to me, that's the sign of a good game. So, I mean, I might be wrong, but I would imagine, even if it only took you a few weeks to 100% it, you probably got quite a lot of hours of entertainment out of it, I would imagine, which I think is a good indication. And I would also imagine that some of the memories that you would have had from playing it will last forever as well. Because, I mean, I think everyone remembers. I don't know if it's the first level, but the one with the singing piranha plants in Mario Wonder. I was not expecting that, and it brought such joy to me to see that. It was wonderful. So, yeah. I'm a big fan of Mario Wonder. I think it's very, very creative, very creative. That's the right way you should take Mario, I think. So, Quizzo, you're refusing to replay it until... Wait, you're refusing to replay Tears of the Kingdom until you 100% it. Does that mean finding all the Koroks in Tears of the Kingdom? Because that must be... I've never done that. I've never come close to doing that. Even Breath of the Wild, I never came close to doing that. For me, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, oh, it is all the Koroks. Wow. That is dedication. To me, that is dedication. I'm satisfied with finding all of the shrines and the light routes and completing the game that way. There's no way I could do the Koroks. That is really impressive if you can do that. I would imagine keeping track of which Koroks you've got, which are you missing. It must be a nightmare. There's so many, and some of them are so difficult to find. So Quizzo, you've got all the armor and all the shrines and all the light routes. Yeah, so those things I think I might have as well. I might be missing some of the armor, but I think I've got most of it. So those goals are the type of things I like to go for. Koroks, that's too much. That's too much for me. I'll leave that to the experts like yourself, Quizzo. I wouldn't be able to do that. I do think some of the Koroks are really fun, though. I do. So whenever I find one, you know, I get excited. It's not that I don't like Koroks. I adore finding Koroks. It's amazing. And I love the Koroks. They're great. I can't find all of them. There's too many. We'll go Piplup this time. So, Deb, there's a new remake of Emerald, but it's got glitches. I see. I don't think I could play a game like that. I don't. So that sounds like it's in a beta stage. It's not quite ready. Which obviously, that needs to happen. If you're creating a game, in order to work out all of the bugs, you need to find out where these bugs are. So it helps to put it out in a beta version so that people can find these issues and help make it a better game. So it's important that people do play a game when it's in that state so that the game can be improved. But I don't think I could do that. It would it'd end up frustrating me too much, I think. So Quizzo, you've only just started looking for the Koroks. Well, good luck on that hunt. Because when you finally do find all the Koroks, that will be a very nice feeling, I would imagine. Did you find all of the Koroks in Breath of the Wild as well? Or is this playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom the first time that you're trying to find all of the Koroks? Ah, you didn't in Breath of the Wild either. So yeah, good luck. See how you go. Nice. Yeah, because I think because obviously it's definitely, you're not doing it for the reward, because the reward is, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it just in case you don't know what the reward is actually. But it's the journey of doing it that's going to mean a lot, and it's going to be seeing that 100% that will be really satisfying, I would imagine. And like I say, just finding Koroks is very fun. It's very satisfying when you do find one. I really enjoy it, so I can definitely see the appeal. And I especially like the little Korok quests that they added in Tears of the Kingdom. The ones where you've got to get the little Korok over to his little Korok buddy. It's adorable. It is adorable. And it just allows you to do creative things to try and get the Korok over to his friend. And that's great. It is great. And T. Kumar Aguru Baran, welcome to stream. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're having a good day. I'm currently shiny hunting for a starter in Pokémon Shining Pearl. I will be streaming up until encounter 1950. So that's another 38 encounters, so I'm hoping to get a shiny. We shall see. But I hope you're doing well. Deb, so this Emerald game was released as a prequel. So a prequel to Emerald. Oh, that's nice. Right, so it's all coded by one person. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Stardew Valley, and that's all coded, designed, and composed all by one person as well. And it's just such an achievement. So that's impressive, I think. It blows my mind, actually. It's something that I can't get my head around, you know. Even just doing one of those things, even just, you know, being someone who can compose a whole game's worth of music, to me that is, wow, that's a level of talent that I can't get my head around. And then that person has not only done that, but they've also coded the entire game. And again, I step back and I think, wow, they've coded an entire game. That's a talent that I cannot get my head around. That is so amazing. And then they've done everything, storyboarded everything, the dialogue, the design, the art. It's yeah. When one person is able to create something like that, you just have to respect it. It's impressive. Quizzo, what's my favourite Pokemon ever? I think... yeah, I think I've said this before. So I think I would say my favourite Pokemon ever is Vivillon. And it's not because I used to play it in the generation that it came out and I really liked it, because the generation that it came out in I didn't even play. So I took a big break from Pokemon after Generation 4. So the last Pokemon game I played would have been Pokemon Soul Silver, and then I stopped playing. So I completely missed Black and White, completely missed X and Y, completely missed Sun and Moon, and it wasn't until the Switch era came out and Let's Go came out, and then a whole load of nostalgia came back to me about, you know, playing the original games. So I picked that up, and then I got back into Pokemon in a big way, and I've played every Pokemon game on the Switch since. So when I was playing Scarlet and Violet, that was the first time I encountered Vivillon, and I thought it was a nice design. And then I discovered that if you got postcards from Pokemon Go from people from around the world and then sent them to your game of Scarlet or Violet, that changes the pattern of the Vivillons that appear in your game. And I thought that was a nice touch. So I did that, and I just remember being impressed by all the different patterns that I could make appear. So I went and shiny hunted all of the different patterns of Vivillon available. I managed to get a shiny in each, and it was just really enjoyable. And that was my first step into shiny hunting, and it really got me hooked a little bit. So Vivillon kind of got me hooked on shiny hunting. So yeah, Vivillon is my favourite. Let me just move my camera. I will show you. I've got a little plush of Vivillon, and it's the Vivillon with the garden pattern, which is in Pokemon Go in the UK. The pattern of Vivillon that will appear is the garden pattern. So it's for the UK, it's the right one. So let me just move the camera. You'll just see there's a Vivillon just above Pikachu. So yeah, that's my favourite Pokemon, I think. If it's not Vivillon, it would be Bulbasaur, just because Bulbasaur was the very first Pokemon I picked back in Pokemon Red. And I've got a soft spot for Bulbasaur, always will. But yeah, I really like Vivillon. And what's my favourite Vivillon? So it's either Garden, because it's native to the UK, or I think there's a few I like. It might be the Elegant pattern, the kind of the purple one that you get from postcards from Japan. That's really nice. That's a really nice one. But I also like the one that you get from postcards from France. That might be called the Meadow pattern. It's that kind of pink. That's quite nice as well. There's a lot I like, which is why I like Vivillon so much. That all of the patterns I do really like. But yeah, I've got a soft spot for the Garden one, just because it feels like it's the UK one. I know it's not just the UK one, because I think New Zealand gets the Garden pattern as well, so it's not just the UK. But that's the one that means the most to me, I think. And Deb, so on these fan-made games, all of the Pokemon sprites and moves are all hand-drawn. That's great. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's impressive that people can do all of that. It is really impressive. And it must be tricky to translate like a modern Pokemon into the old design and keep it thematically the same, and not make it look out of place. So there's a real skill to it, I would imagine. And Deb, yeah, so you took a break around 2019, and then suddenly all of your social media was just full of Pokemon, and that got you interested again. Yeah, that's probably similar to what happened to me. I think it was just something. I think it was just seeing the Let's Go games being advertised, and that really hit me in the nostalgia. Just seeing the original games looking so amazing, it just made me think of the original anime. And the only thing that I have ever gone to a midnight release for, and I dragged my wife along to this as well. I don't think she was too happy about it, but was when the Let's Go games released. I was so excited about it. Having not played a Pokemon game since Soul Silver, seeing Let's Go come out and seeing Kanto look gorgeous, and just knowing it was a kind of remake of Pokemon Yellow, which I really enjoyed. and just seeing how it reminded me of the anime and why I love Pokemon in the first place, and even down to the the Pokeball accessory. So like the action of throwing a Pokeball to catch. I mean, that got old pretty fast, because I remember really wishing I could just use a Pro Controller pretty soon after playing it. But at the time, before it came out, I thought it was the best idea ever. Getting to feel that Pokeball for the first time when I got it, and having it contain that little Mew that it had as well, it was just yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, I remember ordering that game on pre-order, waiting outside of a game at 11:30, getting there half an hour early, waiting for the midnight release, talking to all the people there, and then just getting it home as fast as possible and playing it. I think I only managed to play it for about 2 hours before I got too tired and had to go to bed, but it was still a cool experience. So the only game I've ever gone to a midnight release for was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I ended up getting, and that was me getting back into Pokemon. So yeah, I took a break as well. I've heard that from a lot of people, that you know, they get really into Pokemon, then for whatever reason they kind of take a break for a while, and then when they get back into it again, it's like they never left, you know. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And speaking of pre-orders, I've got my pre-order for the Switch 2, which I've been very happy about. I've had that for a couple of weeks, but I checked my bank balance today and Nintendo have taken the money for it, so I'm very thankful. The last transaction I had from Nintendo, my bank blocked it for fraudulent activity, which I had to say no, Nintendo is legit. I definitely wanted that controller from Nintendo. Please don't block it. So I was very worried that my bank might block my pre-order, but it sounds like it's gone through. So I'm very happy today. So Deb, same catching method in Arceus, if I'm right. It's similar. It's not. So in Let's Go, you've got to physically move your controller, either the Pokeball or the single Joy-Con. You can't use both. It has to be the single. You have to move it in a throwing action, but keep hold of the controller. Whereas Arceus, it's entirely, you know, you can use a Pro Controller, you can use whatever you want. You aim with gyro, but you aim and then throw with a button rather than an action. So it is completely different in terms of the controls. It takes a lot of getting used to the Let's Go games, and I mean, if I'm honest, the controls aren't great. Your hands do kind of, because your hands kind of hurt just holding such a tiny controller the whole time. You can play it in handheld mode, of course, and that is probably better. And Tempest King, welcome to stream. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Do Nintendo send emails when they've taken money? No, they don't. Actually, I had to check my bank balance, and they have not. It would have been nice, but no, they haven't. But I mean, I don't mind. I just want them to take the money. What I really don't want is my bank to cancel it, and for Nintendo to say, your bank cancelled it, so you've lost your pre-order. That's what I'm very afraid of. But it seems like it's gone through today. So fingers crossed. Yeah, Deb, so you you didn't really have a particular interest, but you quite liked the games, and it gave you nostalgia, so you started playing them. Exactly. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And that's it. I think nostalgia is a powerful driver, I would say. I mean, yeah, nostalgia is what's drawn me into quite a few things. Pokemon, certainly. But when the Marvel movies came out, that was a lot of nostalgia for me. So having read the comics in the 90s, the idea of them making movies about these things was crazy to me. So that has been a nostalgia trip for me. But I guess that's died down now. But you know, about 10 years ago, well, almost 20, I suppose. Yeah, that was a big driver. And I think, yeah, nostalgia can really make you happy. It's nice. So Tempest, you've got one on pre-order. Just hoping it actually shows up. Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed. My experience with Nintendo for the expensive stuff is that they tend to use DHL, which in my experience I've never had a bad experience with them. So I really hope that the same is for you. So I hope that all goes well, because yeah, I can't imagine how stressful that would be if there's any issues. So fingers crossed it goes well for you. But yeah, I haven't had a bad experience with Nintendo, because they tend to use DHL. And Mello, hi, good to see you. How are things going with you? Things are going pretty good with me. I've finished work for the day. This is going to be a fairly short stream, so I'm only going to be doing up to encounter 1950, which should take me another hour and a half, I think, roughly. I won't be streaming tomorrow, so I've got a lot of housework I need to do to get the house in order for Friday, but I will be streaming on Thursday as well. And I'll be doing another 50, so that by the end of Thursday I should be up to 2,000 encounters, very, very close to half odds. Interesting, Tempest. So this will be your first time experiencing DHL. You get the majority of your orders without a problem, which is good. But you almost didn't get a Venusaur figure because of issues with delivery. Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There will be. So I will say that when Nintendo does dispatch something, you will get a confirmation email about that. So they will tell you when to expect it. They will tell you the day that it's due to be expected, and I would say, yeah, just keep an eye on that. And if there's any issues whatsoever, I mean, hopefully there isn't, but yeah, just don't let it up. There's and Quizzo, DHL, it's just a delivery service, and it's one of the more reliable ones. In the UK, I forget, there's a really, really unreliable one. I forget the name of it now because they changed the name. It used to be Hermes, but I think they changed the name because they had such a really bad reputation. Or maybe they changed the name to Hermes. I don't know. The company formerly or currently known as Hermes, as a delivery company in the UK, I've had so many issues with. but DHL is one of the delivery companies that I've never had an issue with. I'm not saying they're perfect, but and this is all probably biased just because I've had so many problems with Hermes. But DHL generally isn't that bad. But yeah, fingers crossed it goes well, Tempest. If it doesn't go well, just kick up a fuss. Kick up a fuss with Nintendo. If Nintendo aren't playing ball, then if you paid for it on a credit card, then you have protections under Section 75, and your bank will do all the work for you. But fingers crossed it doesn't come to that. So Mellow, after the shiny Geodude, which you got, which is great. Oh wait, so you've got 2 shiny chances. You got a shiny Zubat, and then you got a shiny Paras. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Or because that's amazing if you got all of those as shinies. And I mean, either way, getting a shiny Paras after a 103 catch combo is pretty good. That's pretty good. So very well done. Very well done. So Tempest, so you think what happened to the delivery driver? They took it to the wrong address, and then whoever lived there sent it on to you, so you did finally get it. Yeah, but if that was me, I would have been stressing out. I would have hated that. Well, yeah, I'm glad that it finally got to you, but yeah, that would stress me out. So yeah, I don't blame you having worries, because I'd be worried as well if that happened to me. Can you remember which delivery service it was, just out of interest? I'm just curious. Quizzo, you've got to go. Thank you very much for joining. No worries at all. Thank you for joining. Have a lovely rest of your evening. And Tempest, yeah, so your pre-order is just on its own. With no Mario Kart World, it was sold out. Yeah. So yeah, I got it just on its own as well, and I've ordered Mario Kart separately. I didn't want the bundle just because I'm trying to avoid digital copies wherever possible. I'm trying to keep a physical only collection, but I'm finding it more and more difficult as the years go by. But yeah, I'm hoping to keep up a physical collection. Oh, I see what you mean, Mello. Right. So as you were chaining the Paras, you had 3 shinies that just turned up that you had to ignore because you didn't want to give up the Paras chain, which I don't blame you. I mean, you've already broken that chain once before with that Geodude, right? So you let the chances go by, and then you let the Zubat go by, and then finally you got the Paras. Now that's good. That is good. It's really satisfying to finally get the one that you're after. So that's good. Every, that might, I might be wrong. I feel like Every might be the new name for Hermes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Every, Tempest. So yeah, I don't blame you for stressing out. Yeah, yeah, now that you said Every, I think Hermes changed their name to Every, and my experience of that company is that they just don't try to deliver. They'll drive near to your house, have a look, see if they fancy finding your flat or house, and if they're not in the mood, they'll just leave a "you were not in" card somewhere in your general neighborhood. I really don't like them. I've got such a poor opinion of them. But again, I am biased. I'm sure there are good stories about that company. I just don't know any good stories about them. So, Tempest, you would have been happy with the bundle, but now, it's so much more. Yeah, the games are expensive, aren't they? It's and it's a massive difference. The cost of just the console and then a separate Mario Kart game compared to the Mario Kart bundle with the Switch. Yeah, it's a big difference in price. Yeah, and I don't blame you, Tempest. Yeah, if that happens, yeah. But yeah, if it does that, make sure you don't let it go. Like I say, and the companies are responsible. Okay, so I mean it's not this weird neighbor. I mean, obviously try them, but it's Nintendo's fault, it's the delivery company's fault, and if you paid on a credit card, it's your bank's fault. So just, yeah, let me know if it happens. I've got some experience in dealing with matters like that. But you know, you shouldn't have to worry about things like this. You know, you've paid a not insignificant sum for a product. You should expect it to be delivered. That should be the absolute bare minimum that you should expect. So you shouldn't have to stress out like this. So it's a sad state of affairs that you do have to worry about things like this. Ah well. And Deb, thank you for the shiny look. I'm really hoping I get it. What I'm really hoping is that I get it either today or the next stream. So I've got 28 more encounters on this stream, and then I'm going to do another 50 on Thursday. So I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'm really hoping I get it by Thursday. It's a lot to ask, but that's what I'm really hoping for. But thank you for the shiny look. And T-Rex, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. How are things going? And yeah, exactly. I think it'll be fine. And for the higher value items, they do tend to, you know, insist on photo evidence of delivery and things like that. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. remember what I selected last time. Piplup. Ah, it's not shiny. Okay, 26 more. And I completely agree, Mello. They are. Daruk doesn't always tolerate this. Often when Mifa will climb on top of Daruk, he'll just want his own space and then go on the floor. But sometimes he's just too tired and he just lets it happen. Just lets Mifa just flop on top of him. I've said it before, like, Daruk would never infringe on Mifa's personal space. If Mifa was in the bed, Daruk would not try and get in the bed as well. He would wait until she's gone and then he would go in the bed. Mifa, though, you know, she doesn't mind. If Daruk's in, she'll just plonk herself on top of Daruk. But it is really cute the way that they snuggle up like that. Yeah, I find it quite calming as well, just watching them sleep. They are using rest, both of them, and there you go. Daruk wants his own space. I shouldn't have said anything. I've disturbed them. Okay, 25 more. But yeah, before they moved, yeah, I find it really calming to watch them. Yeah, just to watch them sleep together. It's really nice and peaceful, I find. And Deb, yeah, I think rest is their favourite move. I think. And I hope so, Deb. I would love a shiny this time. We'll see. But yeah, by the end of Thursday, I'll be very close to half odds. So yeah, we'll see. Oops. We'll do Piplup. Ah, that's not shiny. Oh well. Another 23 goes. And exactly, Deb. Yeah. I don't think Shinx lasted more than 5 minutes this stream. Shinx just went down immediately. Oh well. Maybe Shinx will do better on the next stream on Thursday. We'll have to see. Yeah. Well, I think Shinx is leveling up each time. The issue is whether the Pugs are leveling up as well. That's the problem. Oh, not shiny. Yeah, 22 more until 1950. $72 more until 2000. But I won't be doing 2000 on this stream. I'll leave reaching 2000 until Thursday's stream. So, did I do Piplup last time? No, I did Turtwig last time, so I'll do Chimchar this time. Nope. Okay, another 21 encounters for this stream. And Deb, yeah, I don't know how to dual stream on Twitch as well. Yeah, I don't, I think maybe I've set up a Twitch account, possibly, but yeah, I don't know how to stream on multiple platforms at once. So I don't know how to do that. And I do have more than one screen. I've got two screens, so I've got one screen where I'm just playing the game, and then I've got another screen where I've got my chat, and I've got a few other bits of information from OBS on that other screen that, you know, tells me whether there's any errors or anything like that. So yeah, it is useful having a second screen. But then if I were to dual stream on Twitch, then that would be another chat going on. So I don't know how I'd be able to live. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to do that because I don't know how I'd be able to have two conversations at once, and how that, you know, it wouldn't make sense to people watching YouTube if I'm talking to people on Twitch, because they won't be able to see the Twitch conversation. It will be, to me, I don't think it would work. But I think I am going to take, so I like what you're saying there about Discord. So I think I will look into learning about Discord during my break. So I'll try and figure that out. Yeah, for Twitch, I'm not that bothered. I think I'd rather just keep to YouTube. YouTube makes sense to me. I like YouTube. So I'm going to keep going with YouTube for the moment. If there's ever any problems with me streaming to YouTube, then I think in that event, then I might start looking into Twitch. But I'm pretty happy with YouTube. And I'll probably also take some time to try and figure out editing, because that's not something I've ever done before, but I would like to I would like to download all of my videos on the Let's Go Eevee run that I did, and I want to have a go at editing them all together into a short little video, just documenting my journey through Kanto, catching all the shinies, challenging all the gyms. Yeah, it won't be a massive video, but I just want to have a go at that, or at least have a go at making a start. I'm not saying I'll definitely get it finished during my break, but I'm going to take some time just to make a start on that, I think. Combined chat. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Yeah, the streaming on more than one platform at the same time, I just don't think I'd be able to do it, honestly. That seems like too much work. I do this for fun. I find this fun. I find this relaxing. I don't want it to become a job or anything like that. I'm just enjoying it. Trying to stream on 2 platforms at once sounds stressful to me. But I appreciate the idea. I think it's a good idea, and I respect people that do it. But I don't think that's for me. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Deb. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, any ideas that can improve the stream, I think they're all worth considering, definitely. So the thumbnails, I think I'll be tweaking them a little bit, but at the moment I do kind of like the thumbnails a little bit. So I like the background being like an old-timey map of Sinnoh, and I like having the number in the corner just so that it's clearer to me, which stream it is, just so that when I'm adding it to a playlist it all makes a bit more sense to me. And I like having the logo in the corner. I will definitely have to change it. I'll have to change the image in the top left hand corner, because at the moment it's the 3 starters and a question mark. That's just kind of signifying I don't know which starter I'm going to get, and that will have to change to what Pokemon I'm trying to get. So I think that's the thumbnail style I'm going to stick with during this playthrough. I think that's my thoughts at the moment, because I quite like the thumbnail. I mean, I think it's an improvement on my older thumbnails, which were really cluttered. So I've tried to minimize the amount of clutter on the thumbnails as much as I can. Draven, welcome to stream. Good to have you, man. No luck just yet. I've done 32 encounters this stream, and nothing yet. I'm going to do another 18 encounters this evening, and then I won't be streaming tomorrow because I've got a bit of housework and errands to do, but I'll be streaming again on Thursday evening, doing a similar number of 50 encounters. So by the end of Thursday, that should bring me to 2,000 encounters, very close to half odds. So 18 more for today, and just hoping I get it. Tempest, would I get that stream avatars thing? It's not that bad. I've never heard of stream avatars. I don't know what that is. Oh, apologies. Daruk's heard something. It's quite windy here, so the wind is blowing. Apologies for that. Hey, Daruk. Nope. Yeah, thumbnails are the first. Yeah, they're the first impression. Bear with me. Yeah, Deb, I'll send you what I've got. Yeah, and we'll see. But yeah, that makes sense. You know, the so Tempest, it makes it so all the Pokemon displayed on the stream's screen. Okay, let me look it up because I'm still a little confused by what it is. Stream avatars. Let me have a look. Oh, no, you have to pay for that. Nah, I'm not interested in that. No, I'm tight. I'm northern. I'm not paying for anything. Nah. So yeah, I've just gone on stream avatars, and it looks like, yeah, and it looks great. Looks great and all, but I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not looking to spend money on it or anything. But I respect streamers that do, you know, put the effort in with things like that. Yeah, I'd rather just get by on what I can get on free services and just see how things go. Like I say, this is just a bit of a hobby for me. Yeah, which is why I really like OBS. I'm really impressed that this is like just, you know, a free bit of software that just allows you to stream. I really like that. It's got its flaws, but for a free piece of software, it's amazing. And yeah, that's what I like. maybe in a few years' time, after I've got a lot of experience and I know more about things, then maybe I might consider spending a bit of money on something for the stream. But I mean, even then, there's going to be a part of me that is more drawn to just finding out if there's just a free version, or just not having it at all. Like I say, I am particularly tight with my money. And T-Rex, maybe I need to get a shiny Shinx plush. That would be interesting. It's really difficult to find shiny plushes. They don't make many of them, as far as I've seen. So it is kind of tricky to find them. I think at the moment, I'm thinking whichever starter I finally find as a shiny, I probably will end up buying that as a plushie. So if I find a Piplup, I'll be getting a Piplup plushie. If I find a Chimchar, I'll probably be buying a Chimchar plushie. If I find a Turtwig, I will probably be buying a Turtwig plushie. I hadn't planned that, but given how long this is taking, I do feel like I've earned that. So I mean, I don't mind spending money on nonsense like plushies. See, this is the thing. I'm not logical. I'm not rational. Like, I can, in my head, I'm okay with spending money on things like that. But if you ask me to spend £11 on something that's going to improve the stream, my immediate reaction is no, I'm not wasting my money on that. But then I'll waste my money on a plushie. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm rational, because I'm clearly not. But in my head, buying a plushie isn't a waste of money. So yeah, I'm weird. I am weird. I know these things. I guess I have bought things for the stream, but they've been tangible things. So I bought early on, so I started streaming in January. Early on, I bought like an arm to attach to the desk that I can put the camera on. So my very earliest streams was, my camera was just, I had one webcam just placed on a pile of boxes. And then eventually I bought like a little arm so I could fix the camera onto it and adjust the camera easier. And then a week and a half ago, I finally got around to buying a microphone. And I think both of those things have improved the quality of the stream. But they're also tangible things that, worst comes to the worst, I could either repurpose them so they could be used for other things, or they could be sold. It's something physical I've got. Whereas in my head, I really struggle with buying something that's just a bit of code. There's something in my head that just screams, you shouldn't be paying for that. There's got to be a free way, or I don't know. So yeah, I do. There's something wrong with my brain. I really struggle with being asked to pay for software or being asked to pay for games that are just like a download. I'd much rather have a physical thing. Again, I am an old man. I'm set in my ways. I don't know how to change. Yeah, no, yeah, I get that, Tempest. Yeah, so I think if I had spare disposable income, then something like that. Yeah, probably. And I think so in a few years' time. So you know, if this channel ever got monetized eventually, and there was some kind of tiny little amount that was coming in, then I might be able to justify it, because I don't know too much about the way that taxes work, but I might be able to write that off as an expense or something like that. But there's no way you can justify that. Well, there's no way I can justify that when it's just a hobby at the moment. And I've got a feeling that's probably all it's going to be. It's just a fun way for me to unwind after work, hunting shinies and just chatting. Deb, have I tried Streamlabs for streaming? I don't think so. I don't know too... Streamlabs. So I use OBS for streaming. I know that. Yeah, I'm just on their website now. I'll have a look. I mean, I certainly haven't tried it, no, because I use OBS. It's a completely free bit of software, and I mean, I've had my issues, but I suspect any issues that I've had with OBS are down to my own internet connection and my own rather puny PC. The PC I'm running, I don't think is designed for streaming at all. It's a bit of a basic PC. So I think OBS is very reliable. So if you ever encounter OBS on my side, like I say, I blame OBS just because it's easy to blame OBS, but really I think it's more likely to be my internet or my PC that's the issue. So Streamlabs is free. Interesting. Okay, I mean, I may have a look at that, but I mean, at the moment I'm pretty happy with OBS, but I may have a look. So it also has multi-stream and OBS support. Interesting. Like I said, I'm not tempted by the multi-stream thing, because I think I'd rather just stream to YouTube. You know, just concentrate on streaming to one platform at a time. The more I think about it, the more I really don't like the idea of streaming to another service at the same time. I think my brain might explode. Just like concentrating on one chat at a time. And I guess I'm also a little bit concerned about installing another program on my PC that would be running at the same time as OBS, because my PC is so underpowered. I don't even have a web browser open at the same time that I'm streaming, because I'm worried that, you know, just having a web browser open might take up a bit of memory, which might impact the frame rate or something. Yeah, like I say, my PC is not designed for this. I think it's a miracle that it's doing what it's able to do right now. I don't really want to add any extra strain on it. Then again, in the future, in the far off future, that might be something that I look into. Yeah. So it just, it has an OBS plugin. Yeah, it can be. So it's good to know that it's a possibility. So I think these are, I think a lot of these are ideas that I may be able to take advantage of later on. So I think later on, further down the line, I do want to upgrade my PC. And then I think when I'm in a position to upgrade my PC, then I think I can be a bit more experimental in terms of what else I can have running at the same time. I'll send you the little map that I used for my thumbnail. I should be able to find that, and I should be able to find the RAM and processor. What did I go for last time? Piplup. So it's I mean, this doesn't mean an awful lot to me, if I'm honest. It's a 12th generation Intel Core i5 12400 2.5 gigahertz processor, and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. It doesn't have any it's not shiny, is it? No. It doesn't have a video card or anything like that. A graphics. Well, it's got a tiny graphics card. 128 megabyte graphics card. Core i5 8. Yeah, so it looks like I've got the absolute bare minimum there. I think I've got an Intel i5, but I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm on the very low, I'm on the very bottom bit of that requirement. So I mean, it might run, but it's just I don't want to. So yeah, I just don't want to push it really. It's this. Yeah, this PC is not. It's doable, but yeah, I don't want to push it. But yeah, I think it's I think things like that are worth bearing in mind. Like I say, eventually I'm going to upgrade my PC, and I'll make sure it's the next time I upgrade it, I'll make sure it's suitable for something like this. And yeah, so Deb, yeah, I know, yeah, I see what you mean. And yeah, it does cost a bit to yeah, to upgrade. So yeah, I'm happy with how it's running at the moment, but whenever like I've tried in the past, I've tried like just having the I've tried just having the internet browser just running at the same time, you know, just looking. Sometimes I do have to just look up things on the internet while I'm streaming, and I can see the performance drop in OBS when I do that, when I'm just running, you know, a browser window. So I really don't want to push it by putting anything else on my system running at the same time that I'm streaming. I think, yeah, OBS is pretty much the limit for this PC. And Quizzo, welcome back, welcome back. You didn't miss an awful lot, I'm afraid. No shinies yet. You're just in time for the final 10 encounters. So I'm going to do 10 more this stream and then log off. I won't be streaming tomorrow. I've got lots of errands I need to do around the house, a few DIY things. I'll be back on Thursday when I'll be doing another 50 encounters, which will bring us to 2,000 encounters in total. And then after that, I'll be going on a bit of an extended break, so I'll be away for a week or so, because it'll be a while before my next stream. After the Thursday stream, I'll write a little post on my YouTube channel just saying when I'll be back next, and I might schedule the next stream as well, just so that people know when to expect the next one, because there will be a bit of a gap after this Thursday. There'll be a bit of a gap. And yeah, Deb, yeah, I think that's the thing. I think I'll be upgrading things gradually. So eventually I'm going to get a better PC. With that, I'll be able to stream better. I'll be able to run different programs while I'm actually streaming. I'm not sure what else, but there will be other things I'll need to improve. But I'm not in a rush to do a lot of those things. You know, it's very, very early days for me, and I'm happy just to take things very slowly. I'm not in a rush at all. This is it's just a bit of fun for me. It's just a bit of fun, a nice way for me to take my mind off the working day, just relax and chat to you all. And hang out with my dogs, of course, when they're not barking. Thank you, Deb. Thank you. I hope this stream ends with a shiny. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. It would be really good to get a shiny before I go on this little break. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure, Deb. This feels pretty... I mean, this must be pretty normal. The odds are 1 in 4,096. That doesn't mean you have to do 4,096 to get the shiny. It just means that on average, it's most people, the average, if you average out how many times it takes people to get a shiny starter, the average is 4,096. So some people will get it quicker than that. Some people will get it longer than that. So I mean, if I were to get it now, that would not be me being unlucky because others have got it earlier. That would be me being really, really lucky, because on average, you know, the average expected number of encounters is 4,096. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm in my head. I'm preparing for this to be a really, really long hunt. It could be over, you know, in the very next turn. You never know. That's just the way it is. But yeah, I would say if others would have found 3 or 4 by now, then I think they would have been really, really lucky. But it can happen. You know, that is the nature of probabilities. You know, it's not impossible to get, you know, in 3 encounters, get 3 shinies in a row. It's not impossible. It's improbable, but it's not impossible. We'll have to see. Yeah. So I mean, it depends on the Pokemon game, and it depends on. There's lots of different ways in various Pokemon games of lowering the odds to make it better and make it more likely that you're going to encounter the shiny. But for this one, there isn't a way of lowering the odds. So when I do future shiny hunts on this playthrough, there will be ways of improving the odds. So I won't be doing too many full odds, which are the 1 in 4,096. I won't be doing too many full odds shiny hunts on this playthrough. This is certainly one of them, and I think this is going to be the slowest part of the run, because, you know, not only am I at full odds for this hunt, which means, you know, my odds are at the lowest they're going to be, but I'm having to reset to get the next encounter, which takes time. But there's also quite a long intro sequence before each encounter, which adds to the time as well. So this part of the run, finding the starter, I think is pretty widely acknowledged to be the most time-consuming and difficult part of doing a shiny-only run in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I'm hoping that once I do get this shiny, then it gets a bit quicker. That's the idea. That's the hope. But we'll see. And Deb, you're going to try and get a shiny Delphox for your mono radical red run. That sounds amazing. Yeah, good luck. Good luck for that. Really good luck for that. That would be cool. Shiny Fennekin is quite a cool shiny. So yeah, I like that. Good luck for that. So Quizzo, you once spent a chain of over 550 on a Spearow, and then you lost your shiny. Ah, that's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. But that happens. Yeah. Yeah, that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. I mean, I think the biggest catch combo I got in my recent Let's Go Eevee run, which is the only time I've shiny hunted in the Let's Go games. I think it was 606 for Pikachu. About 550, and then to lose the chain at that's harsh. That is so harsh. But I will say, if you were to try it again, because you've caught that many Spearow, it would make it easier to catch the Spearow. You know, the more you catch, the easier, the more reliable the catches become, and the less likely you are to, you know, to lose in the future. But that is harsh. I'm sorry that happened. And Capamon, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Yes, almost 2,000. You've caught the tail end of this stream, so I'm going to be doing another 6 encounters today. So I'll be ending the stream on 1950. I won't be able to stream tomorrow because a few things have cropped up that require my attention around the house, so I'll be doing a bit of DIY tomorrow evening to get the house ready for family that's visiting on Friday. But I should be able to stream on Thursday, and I'll be able to do another 50 encounters on Thursday. So Thursday's stream should bring us up to 2,000. So yeah, I'm hoping to reach 2,000 on Thursday, which will be nice. I'm looking forward to that. And then there'll be a little bit of a break in the streams after that because I'll be with family, so I won't be able to stream while my family's here. So it would be amazing if I could get the shiny before then, but we will see. Yeah, last 5 shiny luck. Thank you for the shiny luck. It could happen. So Quizzo, you're doing the John Stone challenge in Let's Go. You have a Pikachu, you got a Beedrill, you got 2 Pidgeots, but you don't have the Spearow, and you're going for the Bellsprout or Bulbasaur. Could you tell me what the John Stone challenge is? What does that involve? Because it sounds cool. It sounds cool that you've got all of those shinies. I like that. And I was surprised by how much I enjoyed shiny hunting in those Let's Go games. They're really fun. They are really fun. And Deb, yeah, I mean, we can race. We can race for that shiny starter. I mean, I don't mind who gets it. You know, I think, you know, whoever gets it first will be a winner, and that's good. So yeah, there's only winners in a race like that. That's good. There's no losers. So yeah, I really hope you get it. I really hope you get it. So it's a Professor Oak's challenge, but shiny instead of regular, where you catch every shiny Pokemon possible before each gym. Interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. I've never heard of that before, but I like the idea of that. I like the idea of that. The next time I play the Let's Go games, what I want to do is do a shiny only. But what I want to do is I want to catch just Pokemon that Ash caught in that first season of the anime. So not catch every single Pokemon that Ash caught, but just the only Pokemon that I can have on my team have to be shiny Pokemon that Ash had in the anime. Because that sounds fun to me. And I might even make it that I have to keep the Pokemon at the evolution stage that Ash had. So that would mean that I could evolve Charmander to a Charizard, but I couldn't evolve the Squirtle or the Bulbasaur, because Ash never evolved those in the first couple of seasons at least. So that sounds fun to me. That's what I would like to do. But that's a long way off, because I've got to finish this first. I've then got to finish Legends ZA, And then after that, was there something else I wanted to do? Maybe I wanted to do Dynamax. And then after Dynamax, then I think Let's Go would be fun. Okay, I've got 4 more encounters. And that's really nice, Capamon and Quizzo, that you're able to help each other out. It's nice. It's nice that that Capamon got that shiny Meltan. That is really good. And apologies for Daruk barking. It's very, very windy and rainy in the UK, and the window just behind me in the attic it's open just a little bit, so the wind is making it open just a little bit and then closing. So he's hearing the wind move things. He's not very happy about that. And Deb, yes, good luck on your Fennekin hunt, because yeah, shiny Delphox, shiny Fennekin looks amazing. It will be awesome when you find that. Okay, 3 more encounters for me. So what did I just go for? Turtwig, I think. So we'll do Chimchar, then Piplup, and then we'll be finishing on Turtwig. Oh, and I've just seen I've gone from 223 to 225 subscribers, which might not be a lot to other people, but 2 extra subscribers is really good. So if anyone who is watching has subscribed today, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. It's really nice of you. Thank you. Okay, so I said Chimchar next, didn't I? So this is our last opportunity for a Chimchar this evening. Is this going to be shiny? Okay, so we're not going to get a shiny Chimchar this evening. But we could still get a shiny Piplup, and we could still get a shiny Turtwig. There's still a chance. So, Quizzo, it would be a fun series where you caught a shiny Ash team from each season in each game. That would be good. So the problem that I would have with that is that I typically play on the Switch. So it's kind of tricky for me to play those older games. But what I'm really hoping is that when the Switch 2 comes out, they release those older games. Because I would like that. I've only seen the anime of the first 2 seasons or so, but that would be a really nice excuse for me to just binge all the old anime and catch up, because I've got a feeling that I would really enjoy that. I am really hoping that they do some kind of Johto remake. Johto is, Gold, Silver, Crystal probably were my favourite games. I think they improved on the originals massively. They introduced loads of mechanics that I absolutely adored and blew my mind at the time. And you could even go back and visit Kanto. So there's a very special place in my heart for Johto. So I would really like to do those Let's Go game idea that I've got, and then after that, if there was some way to play the Johto games on the Switch so that I could stream it, I would very much like to do that. So we've not got a shiny Piplup. This is the last encounter, so this is our last chance to get a shiny Turtwig. But yeah, Quizzo, I like that idea. I want to do the Kanto one. Let's Go Pikachu first, and then we'll see. Because I like the sound of that. Because I like the idea of just catching up on the anime and just watching all of that, having an excuse to watch all of that. Thank you for the shiny look, Quizzo. Thank you for the shiny look, Deb. I hope you have good shiny luck as well, Deb, in your hunt. How amazing would it be to get a shiny on the last encounter? And it could happen. So I'm going to be selecting Turtwig. And here we go. And Daruk is on the edge of his seat. He looks ready. Thank you, Capamon. Thank you. Here we go. We're approaching the briefcase. Barry and his loudmouth has attracted the Starlies. We're selecting. We're going for Turtwig. Turtwig. This is the one. And I agree, Daruk is poised, he's ready. He knows there's a shiny coming, he can sense it. He's turning his head, he's like, what is... No. Sorry everyone, that is not shiny. But thank you all for joining the stream today. It's been really nice. Like I say, I really like doing these streams after work. I find it really nice and relaxing to just unwind from my own work. So just thank you all for allowing me to do that. I hope you all have a really nice and lovely rest of your own days. I won't be around tomorrow, but I will be around on Thursday. So the next stream will be Thursday evening, and it'll be another 2-hour stream. I'll do another 50 encounters, and that will bring us to 2,000 encounters. So yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by. Yeah, until next time, I'll see you all on Thursday, and have a lovely evening. Thank you everyone. Bye. And Daruk says bye as well.